Republicans have long enjoyed an advantage in the Electoral College, believe me, but because of past luck in key battleground states that end up deciding the election. But in 2016, when Trump lost the popular vote, he still won the presidency. According to the New York Times, that edge is now fading. Let's bring in RNC Chair Ronna McDaniel. We want to talk about that, of course, but let's start with that, and then we'll go to impeachment and everything else we have on our plate today. So the Democrats have been so frustrated. They think, how is it that we can win so much more in the popular vote and we still lose the presidency? Happened in 2000 and happened again in 2016. The New York Times is arguing that the Republicans, because they are growing in red areas but shrinking in blue areas, that this is changing. Do you see that?
I agree. I think there's a migration of our party. We have red voters moving to red states. So Florida has added 300,000, Texas has added 300,000, and blue and purple states are getting bluer. This is why I've made the case electorally. We're going to have to go through a blue or purple state to win the White House. But I will say, in 2022, we did win the popular vote, and we would have won the Electoral College. We were the very top vote getter in New Hampshire, Georgia, and Arizona. Republicans were the top vote getter in all three of those states. So that does bode well for us heading into 2024.
Can I ask you, sorry, Bill, but which blue or purple state is the most gettable, for, in your opinion, for a Republican?
I think it's Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, and I'd say Michigan, because we're going to have a very competitive Senate race there. This Senate map, people aren't paying attention to the Senate map. Democrats have 23 seats up. We can flip the Senate. We're not going to have a map like this for 12 years. So this is our best chance to flip the Senate.
Would you put Nevada and Arizona in that same category?
I would. I put Nevada, Arizona, obviously West Virginia, Ohio, and Montana are key in the Senate.
What about Georgia?
Georgia is not going to have a Senate race, but in the presidential, yes, Georgia.
Okay, so but at the presidential level, there's about 7 states that really have the focus that, as of today, will likely determine.
Not just 7 states, then you dial into key counties, right? And this is where the ground game starts. This is why the RNC is in these states right now, because we know it's going to come down presidentially to 6 or 7 states.
Let's talk about the current president. Wall Street Journal polling, who's too old to run for president? That was the question. And the answer is this: Joe Biden at 73%. Donald Trump at 47%. Another question: who's mentally up for the job? Biden 36, Trump 46. Who's got a vision for the future? Joe Biden 44, Donald Trump 52. What's that tell you in terms of strategy?
Well, I think Biden's got some real problems, and we're seeing this in the Democrat Party. There's a vacancy. It's not about age. I don't love the age. My mom's 80. My mom could run the country.
I met your mom.
You met my mom. Yes. My mom could run the country.
Yes.
Okay.
Spicy.
My dad's the same way. I mean, I just think you see Biden go vacant. You see this lost stare. It's concerning. Anybody who's had family members who've had that moment, and he's the president of the United States, it's deeply concerning. I don't think people see that with Donald Trump or anybody on our side of the aisle.
Do you see that with Mitch McConnell?
He's had an illness. I don't equate it the same. I talked to Mitch the other day, and he sounded
fine,
as sharp as ever. So I don't feel that way.
You mentioned the Senate. We talked about the presidency. What about the future for the House? And there's some pieces right now being written that redistricting in certain states, even like Alabama, could reshape the future in the majority for control. What's your view on that?
I agree. I don't think people pay attention to what's happening right now in the courts, right? So you've got North Carolina that potentially can pick up a couple seats, Ohio. We just saw a big ruling from the Supreme Court there. And then you look at Wisconsin, you look at New York right now, they're trying to redraw the maps. All this is happening right now. The RNC is investing in all of this, but the House is key. And you've got to hold California and New York in a presidential year, places where we had big gains in 2022. So we need to not only keep the House, but expand that majority.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead, sorry.
I was going to ask about before we lose her, because they're trying to push some the impeachment inquiry that House Speaker McCarthy is going to push forward today. Do you think that helps Republicans?
I think he's right on. I think Kevin's right on. I think our voters are sick and tired of Republicans getting attacked all the time through the courts, through whatever, and it's time to go after Biden. When you see 22 LLCs funneling millions, $20 million to 10 different Biden family members while he's vice president, this is deeply concerning to our country, and we need to get to the bottom.
There is a certain percentage of Republicans in America who do not like to vote the way that America now is voting and will vote in 2024. You run the RNC. What are you doing actively to make sure that Republicans understand the new rules in states where it applies?
We have to vote early. And why do I say this? We've launched Bank Your Vote, text bank to 80810. But I'll tell you why. Bill, if you vote every year, which I guess you do, if I get your vote in that first voting day of the 45-day period, it costs me a lot less money, and then it frees up money so I can go chase new and independent and swing voters. So you've got to bank your vote early. If there's a 45-day voting window, you got to vote the first day. Here's how I put it. You're a football fan. I know you're a football fan. You don't wait to the fourth quarter to start scoring. If you have 4 quarters of a game, you got to start scoring in the first quarter.
You might if you're the Giants.
You might if you're the Giants. The Lions won, so I'm a Lions fan.
That's
so
true.
let's use the Lions against Kansas City. But we have to play by the rules.
But you
on
have
the field.
President Trump last week even said that your votes won't count necessarily. I mean, I'm paraphrasing, but when he was on in the town hall, he said, he was frustrated with what he saw in 2020, and if you look at Georgia. In those runoffs, a lot of people didn't turn out to vote because they thought it wouldn't matter.
Yeah, and he's done a video. Trump has done a video for bankyourvote.com. We need people to do it. And laws have changed. Georgia's changed a lot. They put voter ID, and that's why the DOJ is suing them, right? So Trump's right. In 2020, they got rid of all voter ID requirements pretty much universally across the country and did all mail-in voting. We've changed that in a lot of states, and we're going to launch maps for each state so you can track your ballot. But if we let Democrats get a 45-day head start and think we're going to get it all done on Election Day, we're not going to win.
Ronna, thank you for your time.
Thanks, guys.
We'll speak 100 times between now and then.
I would love it.
Ronna McDaniel.
And we got Dana at the debate, so we're
Yes, see you
excited.
there.
Coming up
Yes.
end of September. Thank you, Ronna. Nice
Thanks
to
for
see
having
you.
me.
You bet.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.